Environmental factors. Droughts. But what makes an animal or plant behavior act differently? Behaviors in living organisms have nothing to do with body parts or physical characteristics. Behaviors in animals and plants have to do with the ways that they act or behave in order to survive. We're going to explore different behaviors that animals and plants have that help them to survive in their environment. Learning intention. The student will be able to identify environmental factors such as temperature and precipitation and describe the effect they have on animals and plants' growth and behaviors. Success criteria. I will create a Freire model vocabulary graphic organizer for drought. We've been talking about how plants and animals are able to survive cold temperatures because they have special behavior that allow them to survive. So far, we know that dormancy is a period of time where the plant stops to grow and develop, and hibernation is when animals sleep to avoid being outside during cold temperatures. Yesterday we talked about another behavior called migration. Remember that migration is when animals move to other places in order to survive. Today we're going to learn about animal behaviors during droughts. Droughts are another example of change in the environment. Just like cold temperatures, droughts are also cause animals and plants to change their behaviors in order to survive. If animals and plants do not change their behaviors, most likely they will die. A drought happens when there is no rain for a long period of time. The soil gets very dry and there is no water available for plants or animals. When there's a lack of precipitation in an environment, animals and plants suffer because they do not have enough water to survive. Droughts happen when precipitation does not fall for a long period of time in an area that usually gets rain and snow. Don't confuse deserts and droughts. Rain almost never falls over deserts, but this is normal. That's why animals and plants have physical adaptations that help them to survive in this environment. Droughts are different. Droughts happen in a place where it's supposed to rain, but for some reason it doesn't for a long time. In places where we find droughts, many plants and animals are not ready to live without water for a long period of time. In this picture, we see corn plants that are dead because they did not receive the water they needed. The environment is experiencing a drought. Plants usually die during a drought because they cannot move to other places. Animals can move to other places during a drought. Animals are lucky. If they move to other places where there is no drought, they may be able to survive. This is called migration, and it is a behavior animals use for survival. Zebras in Africa are known to migrate to other places when there is a drought in the areas where they live. They travel many days to find water. Other animals that migrate during droughts are the wildebeest and the American buffaloes. Go to www.learnersdictionary.com to find the meaning of the word drought. Type the word drought in the search bar so that you can find the meaning. Create a Freya model vocabulary organizer for drought.